Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the analysis, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. And let's get into the analysis now. Okay, so there's a few things we need to talk about. We were talking about predominantly still looking for this, this wave 2 position. And I am still expecting this for the most part. I am still looking at this as a corrective structure to the upside here, and that we are looking for this wave 2. And if we move above the 17,500 area and we have a good structure, then it would be possible that we have some kind of a bullish breakout here, which we're going to go over within this video as well. So stay tuned. Also, basically within this, like I said, we could potentially come up to these zones, but we could also actually fall short here. So we're going to go over a few options and we will go from there. So I'm just going to turn off this for now, just so that it's a bit clearer on the screen. So within this, what we were originally looking for is this potential of having an A, B, and a C to the upside. So with this, we'd be looking for a 5-wave move here. The structure within this is it's a bit overlappy, and you can put a 4th wave in here, and then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we'll be talking about there, if I turn this on here, is basically the fact that we could look at this as a wave 1, 2. This is all up into here as a 3. We could have this as a 4th. This 4th wave didn't actually cross this 1st wave, so it is possible that we could have that as a 4th wave there. The thing is, there is also other potential structures here, so we need to just be careful. So this 50% of this 3rd wave comes in here at the 16,728, and we can see that we did wick down below this, but then we settled back above it. So it is possible that this was just a corrective 4th wave here, and we could actually be looking at a potentially completed 5th wave. There's a couple of ways of counting this move, so we're gonna go over that now. So if I come in a bit closer here, we can look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into this high point. Alternatively, we can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we've still got a 4th and 5th wave to the upside. So if we do still have that 5th wave to the upside, effectively this target area here is where I'd be looking for, the 17,189 to the 17,065 zone. And the way that we'd be looking at that is the fact that this is 1, 2, this would all be 3, this would be a 4th wave, and then we're looking for that as a 5th wave. So this structure here, it's possible we could have a triangle within this, where this is an A, B, C, and we're going to form a D wave, an E wave, and then break to the upside. Though within this, breaking down below this 16,886 would make me look at a different structure here, and what we'd be looking for then is actually that we could just have a bigger A, B, and a C wave to the downside. It is also possible that this B wave isn't completed, and this is an A, B, and we push up for this C wave, push up for this B wave into this sort of zone here, but not crossing back above this this high point here of 17,041 before looking for that continuation to the downside for a C wave. The important thing with this is if we are looking at this potentially as a 4th wave, we wouldn't want it to get too much bigger than it already is, because it's already sort of stretching it, unless it's a triangle, in which case I would still allow it. But this 16,817, if we drop below that, then it invalidates the potential of this 5th wave as we have shown here, and we'd have to just change how we look at this, and we'd have to look at this as a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th into this high point here. So with that being said, there are other options here. If this is a 5-wave move completed, this could actually be the completion of that C wave, and we could start to look to break down for the 3rd wave and that 5-wave move that we're currently tracking. If however this is not the case, and if we don't complete this as a 5-wave move with another push up, I do think there is potential for that additional push up. But we'll have to just see how this unfolds. Like I said, losing this point here of the 16,817 would indicate we have something else going on. Okay, so let's talk about this. There is also a way of just reading this as a corrective pattern, and basically within this we'd look at this as an A, a B, and a C into this for a W. This is an X wave, and then we could have this as an A, a B, and potentially this is a C for just a WXY. So the 1-to-1 of this A wave is actually the 17,067. We came up here, but we didn't quite reach it. Also, the 1-to-1 of W is sitting in this zone as well, at the 17,078. So if we do have another push to the upside here, it is possible that we could just have this as a corrective structure, as a WXY. The thing is, this wouldn't fit the rest of this structure here, and it would be a little bit strange if it does develop just as a complex correction, but it is still following it for the most part, so I'm going to be tracking it as well like this. However, with this, basically, if we lose this B wave low here at... Oh, get on there. At 16,679, what we'd be looking for then is a different... we'd have to treat this as a completed ABC structure here, and then we'd be looking for potential to actually break down further within this move. So looking at the other option, so this is just a corrective structure that I'm still tracking. The thing is, with this structure, we can also look at this potentially as a motive wave, and that would be looking at it potentially as a diagonal. And what this would be looking at is for the potential that we have this as an A, a B, and a C. And then this also as an A, B, and a C. So a double zigzag. Whether this has got another leg to the upside here or it's completed here, we'll have to see how this progresses. If we start to break down too much within this move, basically we would then look to complete this here potentially. So we'll have to just give it a bit of time. If this is looking to form a diagonal, though, within this move, we'd have to look at that as a 1, 2, 3. Like I said, this third wave could be slightly higher. It just depends exactly how we form, if we've got that additional fifth wave here. If we have completed here, however, what we'd be looking for is a fourth wave, which would come down and it would look to target out this zone here of this 16,799. We'd want to come down and actually cross this if we are looking for a diagonal in this shape. So this would be looking for this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, looking for that as a zigzag, and then looking for another 3-wave move to the upside and a 5th wave. So if this is a contracting diagonal and this wave 3 is completed here, effectively what we would want, it depends exactly where this 4th wave comes down to, but if we just line it up with these previous highs here, for instance, so this is just a bit of guesswork within this. We wouldn't want this to come past this 17,207 with this 5th wave. If it did, it would actually invalidate the structure and we would be looking at something else within this move. So we just need to bear that in mind, that if we do have this as a structure, as a diagonal structure rather, what we would be wanting to do is actually hold above. We'd want to take this wave one high, but we'd also want to stay above the 16,605. Breaking down past this point would indicate that we have a different structure here and we would invalidate this this diagonal potential. So the final thing I want to talk about is there is a potential for looking at this as a breakout, and I'm just going to delete these ABCs here, and I'm going to just move this over here. So let's change this degree because that's in the wrong degree. So basically, another way we can look at this is potentially that we could look at this as a wave 1. And we'll basically, within this move, we'd have this as a wave 1. We'd look for this wave 2 retracement. And then what we could look at, instead of looking at this diagonal the other way that we were looking at it, we can also look at this potentially as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, because we get this overlap with this wave 4. It doesn't cross this wave 2. Wave 1 is the longest, wave 3 is the next longest, and wave 5 is the shortest. So it does actually follow the rules, and it is possible that we could look at this as a 1 and a 2, or an A and a B. Obviously, this can just become a this can also just become a B, and a C structure to the upside, so we need to bear that in mind. And basically with that, what we'd be looking for, if it does become just an ABC, we'd be looking for a push up here towards this 17,353 as a 1-to-1 move. So that could just become a bigger ABC structure here. However, if we're looking for the potential of a breakout within this, what we'd be looking for is the fact that we could be within this wave 3 already. And this would be your wave 1, this would be your wave 2, and then now would be forming an additional 1-2 situation. And that would be looking to target out. So the typical wave 3 of this white move that we have indicated here, actually let me just change the color of it so we can segregate them. So this teal 5-wave move here, the typical wave 3 of that would actually be up here at this 17,782. So if we do start to see but basically within this, what we'd be looking for as this is an additional 1-2. So like we were saying earlier, this 5-wave move could complete here, or we could still have that additional 5th wave if this is going to become like a triangle, or this is a corrective move here completed here and we look to break to the upside. So if we do get that, basically what we'd be then looking for is this. If we break further higher, obviously this wave 1 position would change, but what we'd be looking for, and the concept's the same, whether we move up that little bit higher or we just change this target area slightly, but we could see this play out as a 1. Look for that wave 2 to the downside. So this would be down into this zone here of the 16,858 all the way down to sort of the 16,753. We wouldn't really want to go much deeper than that. And what we'd be then looking for is the fact that we could have a 5-wave move developing to the upside here within this. So the thing is with this move is if this is what's playing out, what we would want to see is to see some real traction starting to kick in here, where we have this is a wave 1 form 2, this is a 1-2, and then we'd want to actually see some volume and some power coming into this market. We want this 3rd wave to get quite vertical and quite strong. If it fails to do that, then it's possible that we are just within one of the other options, and like I said, we could have that diagonal option, or we could have completed this as a 5-wave move into this high, but all those would only be confirmed by starting to break some of these low points again. And with this effectively crossing this 16,679 would invalidate the fact that we have this as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking for this higher push here. If we then cross lower down past this low point here, if we lose this, it basically invalidates all bullish options that we were looking at, the 16,333. If we break below that, that actually invalidates everything that we could potentially look at for bullish breakout scenario here. So we just need to give it a bit more time, see how we react. If we come back into this zone as a zigzag potentially, because if I just come back in here, if we look at this as a potential A wave into this low point, this potentially is a B wave, we can see that 1-to-1 brings us to the 16,827 area, which is quite close to this 0.618 retracement. It could come back and just retest the 50%, which is like previous resistances here. So we'd have to give it a bit of time, but it is possible. Like I said, we could also have that additional 5th wave here, in which case we would then look at that potential of a wave 1-2 just being from a bit higher up here. It is possible we have a short wave 2 here, where this is a wave 1. We could see potentially a shorter wave 2 here, which maybe doesn't come all the way down and looks only to target out at a minimum. So we've already come to the 0.382. So it could be possible that we could already complete here, but I do think it's got a bit of room here. Like I said, whether this goes just breaks down from here as an A, B, and a C, or we have this as an A, a B, we push up for that C wave, then we come back down for this other one, maybe potentially retest this trend line, or into this box zone, and then look to push to the upside. Okay, so we'll try to keep you up to date with the moves as we see them happen, and I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below with any coin requests or anything you'd like to see within the videos. Really appreciate your support. Thank you everyone, and have a great day. Take care out there.